Okay, let's talk about a word you probably use all the time without even thinking about it. Manager. Seems pretty straightforward, right? But what if I told you it's part of a very, very exclusive club in the English language? Yeah, there's a secret hiding in this everyday word.
It all starts with this number right here, 850. So, what do you think? What could 850 possibly have to do with the word manager? Is it, I don't know, the number of managers at some big company? The number of times it shows up in a famous book? The real answer is actually way more fundamental to the language itself. And there it is. Manager is one of only 850 words on something called the Basic English List. This was a vocabulary created to be enough for all everyday communication. Just let that sink in for a second. Out of the hundreds of thousands of words we have in English, manager made the cut as being absolutely essential.
Being on this list, in this very exclusive club, means the whole idea of a manager, someone or something that organizes and controls, was seen as completely essential for basic day-to-day conversation. This isn't just some piece of business jargon. It's a foundational concept in our language. But before we get too deep into what it means, let's just start with how it sounds. Because, like a lot of these core English words, where you are in the world can make a pretty big difference. So here you can see that little difference. In the UK pronunciation, that final R sound often gets softened, or it might even disappear entirely. It sounds more like manager. But in the US version, that final R is much stronger, right? You really hear it. Manager. It's a small thing, but it's a dead giveaway of where someone's from.
All right, let's have a listen to that American pronunciation right now.
Okay, so we know it's a fundamental word, and we know how to say it. But this is where it gets really fun. This one little word is pulling double duty. It has two really distinct but related jobs, one in our human world and another one in the digital world.
First up, we've got the one we all know. This is the human side of things. A manager is a person, right? An organizer, a leader, someone who pulls people or resources together to actually get something done. This is the role that really shapes our projects, our teams, our companies.
And this example sentence just nails it, doesn't it? There's a question, there's a problem, and the solution lies with the specific person, the manager. The word itself becomes a signpost, pointing you directly to the person with the plan and the authority. Now, let's jump over to the second, much more modern definition. Here, we've taken that same concept and applied it straight to the world of computers. It's not a person anymore, but it's a program that's doing the exact same job of organizing and controlling for you.
Oh yeah. Anyone who has ever had a computer freeze up on them knows this sentence all too well. The task manager acts just like its human counterpart. It looks at the situation, it takes control, and it makes a decisive move to solve the problem. It's your go-to tool for direct digital action.
Of course, no word is an island. Manager is part of a whole family of words, and all its linguistic relatives share that same core idea of control and organization. So let's meet a couple of them.
Its closest relatives are management and administrator. Think of it this way. Management is the act of managing, the whole system, the big picture. An administrator, on the other hand, is often more focused on applying the rules and keeping the existing systems running like they're supposed to. They all share that same organizational DNA. So let's bring this all the way back to where we started. Why does any of this matter? Well, the fact that the word manager, with both its human and its computing meanings, is on that basic English 850 list, that tells us something pretty profound. It shows that the concept of organized control is a cornerstone of how we describe our world, whether we're talking about people or programs.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? The words we use every single day are often the ones with the deepest and most interesting stories. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What other simple word do you use all the time that you think is holding a whole complex world of meaning, just waiting to be unpacked? Thanks for joining me for this one.